Hi, I'm Jake Bramande here at Medler Field at Lubrano Park. Behind me, Penn State is playing Pitt in an intense rivalry matchup, but we're here to talk about MLB baseball. I'm going to take it to Tyler Feldman and Tyler Ainge on the right field line to give us an NL preview.
Thanks, Jake. And Tyler, I have to tell you, the team to beat in the National League, the Atlanta Braves. Freddie Gonzalez's squad finished 94-68 last season with a heartbreaking loss to the St. Louis Cardinals in the NL Wild Card game on a controversial infield fly rule call. This team's really good, and it all starts with their pitching. Pitching wins championships. You look at their starting rotation: Chris Medlin, Tim Hudson, Mike Minor, Paul Michelone. That's a strong four when you send out guys in there to really pitch well against other teams. And you look at their back end, you have Eric O'Flaherty, Johnny Venters, and you bring over Jordan Walden from the Los Angeles Angels. And then your ninth inning guy, Craig Kimbrell, arguably the best closer in the league. Man, can he throw the ball. So your 6, 7, 8 inning are set for the entire season. Offensively, possibly the most athletic outfield Major League Baseball has ever seen. You bring in Justin Upton in the trade over from the Arizona Diamondbacks, and you bring him together with B.J. Upton. In addition, Jason Hayward. This is such an athletic, such a strong outfield. But then when you look into the infield, Freddie Freeman at first, Dan Uggla, can he have a resurgent year at second? And then at shortstop, Dalton Simmons. He is the top prospect, the top shortstop prospect in the major leagues. And people are saying that this guy is going to be great for many years to come. And then in the back end, Brian McCann, arguably the best catcher in the league. This team is strong from top to bottom on the offensive side of things. And then when you go into the pitching team, I think the Atlanta Braves are going to be the World Series champions at the end of the year.
It's a good point there. Now, when I look at the National League this year, I think the Los Angeles Dodgers are the team to beat, hands down. We all know about the huge trades they made last season, and they followed it up with a strong offseason signings this year. Altogether, that adds up to them having over $200 million in payroll, which makes it a World Series or bust type of year for this team. The addition of Zach Greinke to the front of the rotation with Clayton Kershaw makes them one of only 3 teams in the major leagues to have 2 former Cy Young winners in the same rotation. You put in Josh Beckett and a strong bullpen into that mix, and now you have one of the deepest pitching staffs in all of baseball. On the offensive side of things, they're expecting to have Matt Kemp and Carl Crawford to be ready to play on opening day, which will just make their lineup one of the toughest to face in baseball when all their players are healthy. Finally, they just saw the San Francisco Giants win 2 World Series championships in 3 years. If that doesn't motivate them to have a World Series type year this year, I don't know what will. Now back to you, Jake.
Thanks, Tyler. We're now going to take it to Matt Michelone and Pat Phillips in the outfield to give us an AL preview.
Thanks, Jake. Now, honestly, I'm going to have to jump on the bandwagon. There's a lot of talk about this team coming into this season, the Toronto Blue Jays. They've been in the cellar of the AL East for years, and now I think it's their time to shine. With R.A. Dickey and Josh Johnson in the rotation, and also offensively with Jose Bautista and now Jose Reyes at the top of the lineup, I think there's going to be a lot of good things going on in Toronto, and I really think they're going to come out of it. What about you, Matt?
I understand the argument here with Toronto. They did make some very big-time moves, bringing in the likes of Dickey and also a lineup that's led by Bautista, but I'm not buying the argument with them just yet because a lot of it is with a failed Marlins team from a year ago. For me, I got to go with the Los Angeles Angels. They brought in Josh Hamilton from the rival Texas Rangers. They also have a rotation led by former Rangers C.J. Wilson, and don't forget, they still have Albert Pujols and Mike Trout. So thing to remember here is, while the Blue Jays may offer a very good resume on paper, I don't think they're going to have enough to back it up, and I do like the LA Angels of Anaheim to claim the AL championship and a spot in the World Series. Now let's send back to Jake.
All right, thanks, guys. That'll do it here for MLB baseball preview on Penn State Sports Tonight. Be sure to tune in on Channel 14 to get all your MLB news. For Penn State Sports Tonight, I'm Jake Bramande.